the Game Award.
And the Game Award.
And the Game Award. And the Game Award.
And the Game Award.
The Game Award.
And the Game Award.
And the Game Award.
And the Game of the Year is... Clair Obscur, Expedition 33!
There's a moment every year at the Game Awards where the applause stops feeling celebratory and start feeling defensive. Not because the winner didn't deserve it, but because the room knew what Twitter was about to become. The night Clair Obscur Expedition 33 walked away with award after award. Art direction, narrative, RPG, and eventually one of the top honours was the moment the Game Awards 2025 stopped being about celebration and turned into a referendum on what modern gaming is supposed to value. By the end of the night, the discourse was already written. Robbed, industry favouritism, style over substance, critics don't play games. This beat that. And if you've been gaming long enough, you've seen this cycle before. But this time, something felt different. Because Expedition 33 didn't just win, it dominated. And for a lot of players, that wasn't just surprising, it felt personal. I'm your host Dan, and today we're going to be looking at the Game Awards 2025 and how Clair Obscur Expedition 33 dominated the show.
Trust me, the fun is just beginning.
Let's be clear about something up front. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is not a niche indie darling that snuck its way onto the stage. It's a bold, unapologetic stylized turn-based RPG with a surreal, Belle Epoque-inspired world, heavy narrative themes around morality and inevitability, a combat system that deliberately rejects modern action RPG trends. This was not a game trying to please everyone, and yet it won anyway. And that's where the fracture began. Because for many players, 2025 felt stacked. Massive open world blockbusters, technically draw-dropping action games, live service titles pulling insane engagement numbers, sequels that refined formulas to near perfection. Games that were bigger, louder, more expensive, more modern. So when Expedition 33 kept winning, the reaction wasn't confusion, it was resentment. Not because it was bad, but because it represented something else winning. One thing to remember, when people say a game was robbed, they're rarely talking about objective quality. They're talking about identity. What they mean is, this doesn't represent my gaming. Because for a large portion of the audience, the Game Awards aren't just a show, they're a scoreboard. They validate the games you invested time in, the studios you defend, the genres you grew up loving, the idea that progression means more scale, more realism, more spectacle. Expedition 33 challenged that without saying a word. It won not by being the most technically impressive game of the year, but by being the most deliberate. And that's uncomfortable in an industry obsessed with excess. Let's dismantle the laziest argument first. No, this wasn't critics sending a message. No, this wasn't awards bait. No, this wasn't nostalgia pandering. Expedition 33 won because it executed cohesion at a level most games don't even attempt. Every system served the theme. The turn-based combat wasn't retro, it was intentional. The art direction wasn't just beautiful, it was narrative aligned. The pacing wasn't bloated, it was controlled. This game understood something many AAA titles forget. More content does not mean more meaning. While other games chased bigger maps, longer playtimes, infinite side content, Expedition 33 asked, what if the experience ends exactly when it should? That restraint matters to critics, to developers, and to the juries. Here's the part no one wants to admit. Many of the games people say were robbed are excellent products, but safe art. Refined formulas, market-tested mechanics, focus group narratives, and almost all of them were sequels this year. However, they do everything right, and yet they don't risk being wrong. Expedition 33 risks alienation constantly. Its story doesn't resolve neatly, its mechanics demand patience, its tone rejects escapist power fantasy. This is the kind of game that doesn't chase engagement metrics. It trusts the players. And awards juries notice that, because developers notice that. Now, let's talk honestly about the backlash. A lot of core gamers didn't hate Expedition 33. They hated what its win symbolised. It symbolised turn-based systems being taken seriously again, narrative over spectacle, artistic adhesion over feature lists, a reminder that hardcore doesn't mean real-time action. For players raised on skill expression through reflex, mechanical mastery, visual fidelity arms races, this felt like a rejection, as if the industry said, what you value isn't the peak anymore, and that stings. Here's the harsh truth. The Game Awards are not for you, and never were. They are not popularity contests. They are not Steam reviews. They are not Twitch viewership metrics. They are an industry mirror. They reflect what developers respect, what creators fear losing, what the medium wants to protect. And right now, the industry is afraid of homogenization. Expedition 33 winning wasn't about crowning a king, it was about drawing a line. This has happened before, and it will happen again.
And the game of the year is...
Astrobot.
We've seen this pattern repeatedly. Games that challenge pacing norms, reject mechanical trends, prioritise mood over momentum. They always spark backlash when they win big, because awards expose fault lines in taste. The difference in 2025 is that the divide isn't casual versus hardcore, it's consumption versus intention. Were other games robbed? Well, let's be precise. Did other games deserve recognition? Absolutely. Were some losses painful? Of course. But robbed implies theft, and nothing was taken. Awards aren't zero-sum validation of your time spent. They don't erase your experience. They don't devalue the games you loved. They simply highlight a different axis of excellence. Why this controversy matters? This backlash matters because it reveals anxiety. Anxiety that smaller, focused games can outshine massive productions. Innovation doesn't always mean new technology. Prestige isn't tied to budget. That's a scary realization for an industry built on scale. The real question people are avoiding isn't, did Expedition 33 deserve to win? The real question is, what kind of games do we want to reward going forward? Games that play it safe but impress technically? Or games that risk alienation to say something specific? That's what the Game Awards 2025 actually argued about. My final thoughts are that Clair Obscur Expedition 33 didn't win because it was perfect. It won because it was committed. Committed to tone, committed to vision, committed to ending instead of extending. And as an industry terrified of restraint, that commitment felt radical. The controversy wasn't about the awards, it was about identity. And if the reaction proves anything, it's this. The Game Awards didn't break gaming discourse in 2025, they exposed it. And maybe that's exactly what a great game is supposed to do. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below what games you wish won awards this year, and we'll see you in the next one.